Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Duncan Showroom. My name's Longevity John, your host for this afternoon. We are going to be broadcasting a CD release this afternoon to all those people way out in Ormstown.
That's right.
Yeah, that whole area out there. That means it's only like supper time out there. You guys just finished your supper, maybe you're having dessert, sitting around, listening to all this. Plus, there's people all over the valley that have met Greg. They're going to be watching again this afternoon. Because we're kind of in that situation now where we have to keep our social distancing, especially here in BC. They said try and keep crowds down till December 7th. We do have some people here that are in the actual bubble. They live in the same house, so it's okay for them to be here. And so it's going to be okay. It's a new album called Acoustic Autopsy, and it's his very first CD out. And the nice thing is you went so far as to put a book of the lyrics in there.
That's right.
And make this, like, this is a huge production. So when someone buys one of these, they get everything for their money.
It's a musical memoir.
It's a musical memoir. And right now, he's about to give it up to you. He's got a whole, you can do the whole album.
That's right, front to back.
Front to back. Okay, we're going to get on with it right away. Thank you very much for tuning in. Don't forget, you can donate. There'll be little ways to do that. You'll see it at the bottom of it. But until then, until you donate, sit back and enjoy. Greg, Bohemen, it's your turn. Take it away.
Well, thank you, John. So, those of you who know me, I'm usually the bassist. I'm always in the background, the facilitator, if you will, kind of hosting the jams. I moved out here 3 years ago, and I've always been so busy doing these jams. And the silver lining of this pandemic is that it allowed me to just focus on my own stuff. So tonight I'll be playing a dozen songs I wrote over the last decade, and each song is very meaningful and explains a different part of my life. So I'm going to start off with the first song I ever wrote called Don't Be a Slave. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my Acoustic Autopsy. There was a time when life was simple, we lived off the land. Now where's that self-sufficiency? I don't understand how the world, oh, it fuels on one thing. Oh, there's a colored piece of paper that rules just about everything. So the more you go to school, they say the higher you'll climb. But in reality, society rarely decides based on passion. We only care about the money. And trust me, life's gonna be very long if you don't like your job. And the one thing that keeps me going day after day, I don't care about your dirty dollar, don't care what you say. 'Cause 30 years down the line, when you're bored out your mind, it's freedom you'll crave. Till then, it's never too late to rise your fist or proclaim, I won't be a slave. There's always risky ones who think that they are made out of luck, who push the boundaries of legality to make a quick buck. What about karma? What goes up must come down. And there's a colored piece of paper that corrupts and creates lots of greed. So we work at jobs we hate to buy some shit we don't need, by getting brainwashed by the media and their marketing schemes. It's so sad. There's too much propaganda. Remember, life's gonna be very long if you don't like your job. And the one thing that keeps me going day after day, I don't care about your dirty dollar, don't care what you say. 'Cause 30 years down the line, when you're bored out your mind, it's freedom you'll crave. Till then, it's never too late to rise your fist to proclaim, I won't be a slave. And in this overcrowded planet, resources are few. The food reserve depleting. It's sad but true. Gotta go back to the way it used to be. Well, self-sufficiency's a must in the 21st century. So I'm going to be jumping all over the place here. Going from the first song I wrote to the latest one. So I guess this is a good spot to introduce the album. As John said, it's called Acoustic Autopsy. That's a name I've had ever since I've been writing music. I knew the first album would be called that. And so a month ago, I turned 27. And I don't think I have to remind you guys about the 27 Club with musicians and all that. But so I thought it would be a cool little concept to like a little play of words and stuff. And I'm not going anywhere. I'm as healthy as you can be. But anyway, so this next song is called Bury Me in My Bass. And it's just sorry, Mom. Anyway. When I die, Lord have mercy, and bury me in my bass. I don't need no fancy coffin, just toss me in my bass. I don't want no colorful flowers, don't put makeup on my face, but just toss me in my bass. No, I just turned 27, but I don't wanna join the club. Oh no, with Johnson, Joplin, and Jones, Winehouse, and Morrison. Sure, I'd like to jam with Hendrix and Cobain, but I'll have to refrain. Heaven or hell, I don't know which one I'm bound. But I'll be damned if I can't entertain them with a little sound. And if you bury me in my bass, I won't be messing around. When I die, Lord have mercy, and bury me in my bass. I don't need no fancy coffin, just toss me in my bass. I don't want no colorful flowers, don't put makeup on my face, and just toss me in my bass. I've been looking through the rearview mirror at Boyd and 202. Hope this acoustic autopsy illustrates my point of view. And I'll have one more for the road to shake away my blues. 'Cause no, I won't be a slave, 'cause I have a little too much pride. And this Pacific trip proves I didn't care for a ride. Live for today and leave all my worries aside. 'Cause when I die, Lord have mercy, and bury me in my bass. I don't need no fancy coffin, just toss me in my bass. I don't want no colorful flowers. Don't put makeup on my face and just toss me in my bass. Cause no distress, it'll raise the alarm. I must confess, the world is a lyrical farm. You know I'm just having fun, so should you. And I'll be CV grow until I drop. Come on and join the crew. Cause when I die, Lord have mercy, and bury me in my bass. I don't need no fancy coffin, just toss me in my bass. I don't want no colorful flowers. Don't put makeup on my face and just toss me in my bass. Mesdames et messieurs, ne quittez pas votre siège. Le spectacle ne fait que commencer. I'd like to ask Namira Rose to come up and help me out for this next one. So June 5th, 2018, I was hanging out with my friend Steve. Shout out to Steve, I know you're watching right now. And he was playing the song called Poor Boy, Long Way From Home. It was an instrumental. And it just gave me the idea for the opening verse of the song. And I just told him, sorry, I have to go home. I have to write the song. So he kind of chuckled. He's like, all right, I'll see you tomorrow. No big deal. But this is the first time I wrote a song in one sitting. And so fast forward a year, last July, I entered it in this competition, the Cowichan Songsmith competition. And I was up against 8 other amazing musicians. And to my surprise, I ended up winning the contest. So this is a Pacific Trip. Okay. I never touched the ocean, wasn't brought up near the sea. No, I'd never seen the mountains till I moved out to BC. No, I'd never seen the mountains till I moved out to BC. I wasn't very traveled, living sedentarily, till I hopped on a train in the middle of a pain in the middle to BC. Yeah, I hopped on a train in the middle of a pain and I moved out to BC. I wasn't planning on staying on the Pacific trip I took. Only packed a guitar and my camping gear, only coming here for a look. But I hopped on a train in the middle of a pain and I moved out to BC. Now and then I reflect on how it could have been if I had stayed at home instead of taking this trip. Fall in love with the Pacific. Take it away. My father and forefathers were dairy farmers, you see. But I couldn't follow their footsteps, it just wasn't meant to be. Waking up at 5 a.m. sure as hell wasn't for me. And I couldn't stop double dipping, burnt my candle to the ground. I'd be playing music all night long, then try to go milk the cows. You know, a flame that burns twice as bright, burns only half as long. And then I reflect on how it could have been if I had stayed at home instead of taking this trip and fall in love with the Pacific. Up in the mirror on the banjo. So I I gave up on those chances, the opportunities were there. I gave up on my country band and the friends for whom I care. We still stay in touch, not quite as much, but believe me, I still care. Now I drink up all my savings like I flushed them down the drain. And now I'm just a broke musician, singing about his pain. Just another broke musician, singing in the island rain. Now and then I reflect on how it could have been if I had stayed at home instead of taking this trip and fall in love with the Pacific. I never touched the ocean, wasn't brought up near the sea. No, I'd never seen the mountains till I moved out to BC. No, I'd never seen the mountains till I moved out to BC. So the prize of the contest was to get it recorded with the top producer in town and have it play on the local pop station, Juice FM. Did anyone hear it? No, me neither. Yeah, so about that. So I got hooked up with the producer, and I sent a demo with the whole band. He's like, forget about the band. Let's get some studio musicians. They're not paying for this. Sure, fair enough. He wants it to sound good. So I sent a demo of just myself. I wasn't hearing back, so I called him, and he's like, well, you know, it's a songwriting competition, not a singing competition. How about we get someone else to come and sing it for you? Right? I had the same reaction, I know. Like, no, I'm not doing that. So to keep my musical integrity, that's actually one of the reasons I recorded this, actually. During this pandemic, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it myself. We have GarageBand, free apps, different stuff. I can do it. So anyway, so this next song was a big part of helping me cope with this, because as a musician, it's kind of hard. You try to take any break you can have, you know, but anyway, so this kept me positive. And so this is called Live for Today. And I'm actually going to introduce the looping pedal also. So I'm going to have a song that uses this extensively later on. So this is just a little warm-up to make sure it works. So the looping pedal allows me to play the bass and guitar at the same time. Since I recorded the album myself, I kind of play both. So here we go. Let's try it out. Let's live for today. Oh, is there a way to turn that up? So that's the bass. Some days you might feel dark and lonely. Keep your head up and think about the sunny days ahead. When the weight of the world is on your shoulders, and just shake it off and let the music carry you away. Whoa, whoa, relax and chill, everything is fine. You don't have to worry, leave your troubles behind. Just relax and chill, everything's okay. Doesn't matter if you're broke or if you had a bad day. Cause no matter who you are, no matter where you're from, face life with a smile and happiness will come. Relax and chill, doesn't always go your way. Don't worry about tomorrow, just enjoy today. Days you might feel sick and injured. Just take it slow. Nobody knows you better than yourself. Some days you might feel weak and hungry. Gotta get away and get in touch with nature once again. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Relax and chill, everything is fine. You don't have to worry, leave your troubles behind. Just relax and chill, everything's okay. Doesn't matter if you're broke or if you had a bad day. Cause no matter who you are, no matter where you're from, face life with a smile and happiness will come. Relax and chill, doesn't always go your way. Don't worry about tomorrow, just enjoy today. Relax and chill, everything's you don't have to worry, leave your troubles behind. Just relax and chill, everything's okay. Doesn't matter if you're broke or if you had a bad day. Cause no matter who you are, no matter where you're from, face life with a smile and happiness will come. Relax and chill, doesn't always go your way. Don't worry about tomorrow, just enjoy today. You know, I was talking to someone the other day. He was saying, you only live once. You believe that? You only die once. You live every day. So this next song is dedicated to my maternal grandparents. They lived at the intersection of Boyd Settlement and Highway 202 out in Huntington, Quebec. And so when they passed in 2016, we knew we'd be losing the family house. And we used to have all the Christmases, all the family gatherings there. So a week prior to losing the house, I knew I had to do something to commemorate them. So I'd be writing lyrics all day at work, and I decided to crash there at night. And the house was gutted. There was no furniture or nothing. So I had this sleeping bag in the middle of the living room. And I was trying so hard to write this song, So at the end of the week, it just seemed forced. And it wasn't, it was just kind of monotone. It was very monotone. So anyway, so last night, I was getting frustrated. I just went for a walk outside. I seen the bats flying around, and it's like this old abandoned farm, too. And all of a sudden, something just told me to give it a bit more swing. The song's there, just, give it more swing. So it turned into this. So this is Boyd and 202. Let me go back to the start, a little bit of my history. Let's see, the story began with an Irishman who went by the name of Keith. He fell in love with a woman, a New Brunswick-born nurse. Ludi moved to the Chateauguay Valley and fell under his curse. So they made a plan, family theme, they had a common goal. They wanted to live together till the day they grow old. So they found some land outside of Huntington where Ludi was employed. And that's when Keith became the dairy farmer at the corner of 202 and Boyd. No, they didn't have it easy, odds against them, no doubt. But they managed to find a way, that's what life's all about. Took care of both set of parents while raising a household of 8. And at the end of every day, ensured fresh food on each plate. Mika's cooking was in her nature, caring was in her blood. As for him, he didn't mind a drink or two as long as chores still got done. So that's how they raised a family, and together they grew at the corner of Boyd Settlement and Highway 202. much more than a house. It wasn't just walls and beams. Nurtured many generations, love, family, and dreams. So the kids were taught to work, nothing comes easy in life. But they also had fun when they went out late at night. After long days of work, at the pit they'd go swim, invite all the neighbors and play ball at the diamond. But a bird is meant to fly, gotta grow up like the rest. One by one they found their soulmates and they emptied the nest. So 1 and 1 makes 2, but also does 8 minus 6. They were back to the start, but this time grandparents in the mix. Eventually became the site where my childhood begun, where we used to play games, soccer and tag on the lawn. Somehow elephant ears and toast were always on the menu. Back in the days when a shave and a haircut would only cost you trounce sou. I remember time would just stop, we'd enjoy company. Any reason at all to spend it in unity. I wouldn't trade these for the world, let these memories slip away. Because the blood and sweat from Boyd and 202 made me who I am today. Much more than a house. It wasn't just walls and beams. Nurtured many generations, love, family, and dreams. And it sucks to say goodbye. It'll always hurt to leave. It's just another chapter of life. We're growing up, it seems. We're growing up, it seems. Seemed like those days would never end, although the dawn would draw near. Getting used to family traditions, growing year after year. I guess nature took its toll when Keith first passed away. Initial encounter with death never comes easily. Gardening was always a therapy, the green thumb clearly showed. The relaxing bullfrog rumble made nights feel less alone. Her unconditional love and wise words of wisdom 8 years later would be taken away when it was her turn to join him. So another chapter's over. I don't want to turn the page, because I know I'll miss this home for the rest of my days. Every now and then I smell that sweet aroma again. Reminisce nostalgic memories where it all began. Although they may be distant, sacrifices they made, they'll never be forgotten. I couldn't let them fade, because the story never ends and the legend never dies. As long as we keep singing this song, they'll be eternalized. Much more than a house. It wasn't just walls and beams. Nurtured many generations, the family and dreams. And it sucks to say goodbye. It'll always hurt to leave. It's just another chapter of life. We're growing up, it seems. The language of the soul to honor them this way, no, in an attempt to fill the void that grew from losing the corner of Boyd and 202. So we're going to have one more song here and then take a short break and be right back for side 2. So on the album, this song has my neighbor whistling a little intro part. But we found out last minute, an hour ago, that he couldn't make it. So we're going to improvise here. And Namira's going to do her debut on the kazoo to try to make up for the whistling. So please forgive her. We're just starting. Yeah.
I also want to say one thing about Greg. He's a bassist. He doesn't normally play the guitar. And seeing him grow from, starting this album, two and a half months ago, starting to record it, until now, he's just like completely bloomed on it. And I got to give him kudos for that, because it's really hard for me to switch instruments. So
Thank you.
let's see how I do on the kazoo.
So also, this is a little tip of the hat to Les Claypool, one of my big influences for playing bass. So anyway.
Well, I hope so.
Oh wait, I got to switch this. I'm made of metal and I've got plenty of parts. I'm made of so much shit that I don't know where to start. I come in many colors, one for every taste. I can take you anywhere you want, there is no time to waste. And if ever you're bored or I rock too many miles, don't be afraid to switch me up, 'cause each year they make new styles. And how long as I'm working, you have no concerns, for I am your mean of transport, what justifies the gas that I burn. Care for a ride? All words aside, come on, don't be shy. Trade logic for pride. Care for a ride? All words aside. Some people have many copies of me, they don't know where to stop. What will you do when my field dries up? Have you even given it a thought? We're here forever, someday I shall be replaced, and the hogs running this industry will be marked as a disgrace, 'cause they don't care about the future, ignoring warnings from the past. Don't care about the next generation, too busy screwing over the last. So are we playing stupid, or are we really blind? One day it'll be too late to try and find a way to rewind. Care for a ride? All words aside, come on, don't be shy. Trade logic for pride. Care for a ride? You want a Hummer? Oh, sorry. Sorry, the looping pedal. All right, one more time. There you go. I want a Hummer, I want a truck. Yes, of course I need it. What if I get stuck? It ain't for work, it's just for play. I got a lot of cash to spend, man. What can I say? I want a Hummer, I want a truck. Yes, of course I need it. What if I get stuck in it for work? It's just for play. I got a lot of cash to spend, man. What can I say? I gotta compensate. I gotta compensate. I gotta compensate for something that's a little bit smaller. I'm very handy, I'll give you that. But am I really worth the price? The day we run out of fossil fuel, money will not suffice. For decades we've lacked the will, although we've had the technology. So why don't we get together and switch to renewable energy? 'Cause you're dependent to me like leaves to a tree. Ironic analogy. We drill like there's no tomorrow for the profit of economy. We still have a fighting chance, although it may be slim. Stop pointing at your neighbor and realize the guilt's within. Care for a ride. Our words aside. Come on, don't be shy. Trade logic for pride. Care for a ride. So we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back. And in the meantime, for those watching online, please leave a comment. I'm curious to see who all is watching. So, yeah, we'll see you in 15 minutes.
Why wait any longer for the world to begin?
So this is Eugene Smith, by the way, and he's amazing. Not only is he an amazing musician, he's an amazing storyteller and an amazing person. So, yeah, he's here frequently, I think, playing, right? Yeah, he does the storytelling. Right. Yeah, and it's great. So it's worth checking out. I think Tuesday, what, at 7? 5 o'clock.
Yeah, 5 o'clock is a storytelling. He plays a couple songs, stories, and has guests sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, so
Yeah, right on. On that
Check it
note,
out.
let's give a round of applause for Duncan Showroom. Keeping music alive during these crazy
Yeah.
times.
yeah, they're doing such a great job at supporting and bringing musicians out again. And this is like a really, really hard time for us because obviously our outlets are playing for people. It's just not the same playing in the mirror. So if you have a couple spare bucks or something, please donate too. There's a donate tab, and that'll help keep music alive here.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, so let's go on side 2 of Acoustic Autopsy.
All right.
This
Hopefully.
song is dedicated to the showroom.
All right. Let's see if this banjo works now.
I'm always broke, feels like I'm living at the bar. Another week flew by like a shooting star. With all these bills, it's hard to move ahead. My fridge is half full, as some I still seem underfed. I drive my beer car all over the place, and it's quite a spectacle to see me try to even fit my base. I grow some green and helps me pay the bills, but it's legit, I pay my taxes, and that's for real. And the list goes on and on. I moved out to BC all the way from Montreal. Same problem, just a different place, man. This world's really going to waste. 'Cause life ain't the way that it used to be. These and social medias have us glued to our screens. And video games creating uncreative youth. I'd rather write me a song so I can illustrate the truth. You know I'll be grooving till the day that I drop. So why would I stop? You can't get worse if you play every day. So come on and join me in the showroom shake.
Showroom shake.
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 Solo? Drifted away to the Pacific Ocean. My roots started blue before my coast became broken. Another day, another dollar in my pocket. Despite working full time, I still have an empty wallet. The cost of living must include a few refreshments. My liver must be yelling, I've been drinking since my adolescence. Stay out late, I'm not fond of mornings. A thorn of experience is worth the wilderness of warnings. It all happens for a reason, you know. You live and you learn, the only way that you can grow. Too bad wisdom can't be bought, 'cause the fight would already be half fought. 'Cause life ain't the way that it used to be. Using social medias have us glued to our screens. And video games creating uncreative youth. I'd rather write me a song so I can illustrate the truth. You know I'll be grooving till the day that I drop. It keeps me sane, so why would I stop? You can't get worse if you play every day. So come on and join me in the showroom shake.
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 Down the fretless lane, wanna take a wild guess how long you think that I've been playing? A late bloomer, I had to pay the price. I laid it on the line and saw that practice really does suffice. But many stepping stones I had along the way. I miss my brother, my bands, anyone with whom I shared the stage. I came for work, but music made me stay. And now the best notes are the ones that I don't even play. Winter grass is when my playing took off, 'cause I learned to listen hard while trying to remember to play soft. Still have so much left to learn, so sit back, roll one up and watch it burn. 'Cause life ain't the way that it used to be. These social medias have us glued to our screens. And video games creating uncreative youth. I'd rather write me a song so I can illustrate the truth. You know we'll be grooving till the day that we drop. It keeps us sane, so why would we stop? You can't get worse if you play every day. So come on and join us in the showroom shake. The showroom shake.
Showroom shake.
The showroom shake. Fading away, symbolize that the music never stops. Regardless if we're in a pandemic, there's always music going on.
Sorry. So this is a new banjo. And if you've noticed, it has no frets. So it's a whole new learning curve too.
Fancy.
So I can be really, really sharp
Where's it from again?
or really, really flat. Oh, this was handmade in Pennsylvania by a guy named Steve Gerritsen, Stone Banjo Company. And he does a fantastic job. And this is a replica of how they used to make banjos back in the 1880s or so. And he actually put in an 1880s eagle quarter. So if it's real, it's worth more than the banjo. So that's cool. My retirement plan. All right. Cool. And I think that's free. This is you now, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So not too many of you know this, but I used to be a jock in high school. I have no one in my family that plays music. So I was a really late bloomer. So I was in grade 11 when we graduate in Quebec. And we have Battle of the Bands at my high school every year. And it was 2 weeks before the Battle of the Bands. I'm like, this is on my bucket list. I have to start a band. I was just starting to play bass. So I picked up the different musicians around the school that weren't in bands at the time. So this song goes out to Justin, Dylan, Carson, and Pat. And yeah, so we pulled it off. I don't know if it was good or not, but anyway, so I wrote this riff while I was with them, and then wrote lyrics to that time period a few years later. So this is called The Rear View Mirror. So this is the story of some regular dudes just chilling, you know, last year senior school, enjoying every second, doing what they love, delivering melodies, music from above. So they start with a beat and they add a few riffs, pack up a bowl just to take a few hits. No worries in the world, dollar store ahead, filling up their pockets and lifting up their heads. So they were looking for a show where they could participate, so they practiced each night for like 2 weeks straight for the BOTV at the CVR High. They're finally in the band, guess the stars were aligned. You should have seen the judge, you should have read her lips when he ripped off her shirt, showing star paint lips. They didn't really lose, they didn't really win, except for the brotherhood that soon began. 'Cause these are the times I will always remember, for the rest of our lives as we're looking through the rearview mirror. Careless teens just letting off steam with big-ass dreams. Ricky, red eye in the pink trenches. So the energy was high after such a success. The little lamp searcher route proved to be a minor test. They wanted to write a song for the school talent fest and decided to audition, yeah, full out dress. The teachers didn't like it. I guess they got offended by the sexual innuendo that they finally comprehended. The boys couldn't jam, they weren't allowed to play, so they switched it in because of have a nice day. 'Cause these are the times I will always remember, for the rest of our lives as we're looking through the rearview mirror. Careless teens just letting off steam with big-ass dreams. Ricky, red eye in the pink trenches. So they wanted to play the fair a few months later that year. The little lineup of the band was still unclear. They chose a few covers that they could recreate so they could take it around the world in a half-hour slate. They begged for freedom, although it never came. Now loving's all I got, now ain't that a shame? They made their own shirts, they dyed their hair green. At least they played sober, if you know what I mean. 'Cause these are the times I will always remember, for the rest of our lives as we're looking through the rearview mirror. Careless teens just letting off steam with big-ass dreams. Ricky, red eye in the pink trenches. 'Cause these are the times I will always remember, for the rest of our lives as we're looking through the rearview mirror. Careless teens just letting off steam with big-ass dreams. Ricky, red eye in the pink trenches. So as you've probably noticed, I'm not much for love songs, or even breakup songs for that matter. But I figured this is a breakup song I wrote in 2015. So I figured I might as well include it on the album to show my sentimental side. So this is called The Fork. You gotta balance it, you know, you have some peaks and valleys within the album. So anyway, this is The Fork. Where to begin? We spun out of control. You know who I am. Don't you recognize my soul and the promise that I made? And all will be true. I'd be there to cheer you up any time of day for you. And I can't help but reflect how happy we used to be. Sing and dance every weekend night on the Beatles on repeat. The countless walks and endless talks highlighting luscious nights. The precious fruit we savored, result of love at first sight. My senses, your smile sets you apart. Your radiating voice and soothing chills right through my heart. But it wasn't always easy. During tenor I felt stage. May have had my reasons, it's the honesty that amazed. The forgiveness that it took, never received proper credentials. The affection that remained, never used at full potential. The good times that we had, they cannot be dismissed. The connection we created will permanently persist. And there's a question that I'm worried to ask. Baby, how long will this last? Hard to engage with a soul I can trust. I don't want to turn the page, but I'm afraid that I must. Third of a decade is a feat I never hide, as I liberate these words and swallow my pride. If this is the fork in our road, thanks for the memories. Keywords I know bring reminiscence to my brain. I swear for good intention as the heart of this serenade, but it's too late to go back in time, fix all communication. There's so much I regret, things I've said from desperation. You're a free bird to roam now, I'll no longer hold you back. Though the strength to let you go is a skill I surely lack. I don't want to prove a point, I don't care if I'm wrong or right. All I know is that I'm doleful up to be with you tonight. And there's a question that I'm worried to ask. Baby, how long will this last? Hard to engage with the soul I can trust. I don't want to turn the page, but I'm afraid that I must. Third of a decade is a feat I never hide, as I liberate these words and swallow my pride. If this is the fork in our road, thanks for the memories. All right, so this is the real challenge. So this is my pandemic song. So I went from hosting jams to becoming a one-man band. So let's try this out. What's going on? I don't get it. I don't understand why no one's here to jam. I guess I started a one-man band. Crazy here, I don't know where to start. They say we have to get together by staying apart. St. Patty's day when we knew that it was serious. Sports got cancelled and fans went delirious. Rewind 4 months to where it all began in the Chinese city of Wuhan. Animal origin from a wet market jumped a few species to reach the human target. Novel virus dubbed SARS-CoV-2 because it happened before, you know it ain't nothing new. Authorities downplayed it with misinformation, applying pressure to the Food and Drug Administration. Remdesivir and hydroxychloroquine, emergency use authorization quickly given. The epidemiology from NIH and CDC warned of the risk for the elderly. Don't lower your guard, low case fatality rate. Careful people in immunocompromised state. But this could have been prevented right from the start when Li Wenyang pulled the New Year's alarm. Instead got criticized by the Communist Party for dying of COVID at the age of 33. Now I start to understand why no one's here to jam, and I guess it's a one-man band. They say we have to get together by staying apart, but I feel frustration building in my heart. People trump through the news for political gain and trade responsibilities for scientists' blame. Heroes playing with their lives, working frontline, try to flatten the curve before we run out of time. You can't seem to win when it comes to schools. If you open up, kids are gonna break the rules. If you don't, good luck. Remote learning, the next generation already lacks motivation. Science community is baffled to no end at the ignorance they face, yet can't comprehend. On one hand, you got the skeptics blaming it on 5G. Where we go one, we go all. Cheers the QAnon team. You've got the serve milkers, the city double dippers. Of course I'm jealous, been working since I can't remember. But Black Lives Matter, so they take it to the streets. Who can blame someone faced with race inequality? The so-called new normal is so distant from the norm. Almost makes you wonder if we'll ever see the end of this storm. Now I think I understand why no one's here to jam, and I'm forced to be a one-man band. They say we have to get together while staying apart, but I feel frustration building in my heart. As schools reopen, sports resume, nostalgia train is a familiar tune. I miss my family, but keep a positive mood. And the rest of the story is to be continued. I forgot to unplug the bass. Here? Thank you. It's a bit of a tongue twister for sure. Yes, actually, I have to say, yeah, Li Wenyang, I reference him throughout this thing. This is a true fact. He was a real doctor in China, and he waved the flag. He was saying, hey, there's a pandemic going on, and they arrested him for fear-mongering, and then released him because they needed an extra doctor. And then he was subject to such a high dose that he died at 33. So we could have a crowd right now. We could have I'm glad. That's crazy that no one talks about him, but he could have prevented all this. So anyway, enough
Probably
rambling.
all done on purpose.
So we have 2 songs left. This next one's a poem I wrote 10 plus years ago, and yeah, I have to specify this. It's not about my current job. It's called Another Day, Another Dollar. I like my job right now. This is at the time I was in a job I hated, and yeah. Anyway, let's try it out. It's a beautiful summer morning, no one can deny. The sun is glowing brightly, just glistening in the sky. The flowers are slowly growing in the horizon as I stare. The crops are all so present for those observant enough to care. Up a test by displaying its scorching fire. I'll embrace this nice warm hug in the lake as I retire. on a cloudless day as such. Only one thing left to say. Come on, get up off the couch and come enjoy this precious day. Oh yeah, time keeps moving on. I wake up the next day, a few more years under my sleeve. The alarm clock sits there crying, begging me to start my routine. I gaze out of the window and see kids playing outside. Suddenly emerge from my daydream, back to work to feed my pride. To be here, don't know what I'd do instead. I'd feel guilty if I were at home, and even worse if I were in bed. I'm content with what I have. A job's a job, but that's nothing new. If you're not doing what you love, kinda hard to love what you do. Are you really happy? Slow down. The leaves are slowly changing. It's a time of year, I guess. The farmer sits there smiling at another year's success. The corn will soon be chopped and the fields will soon be clear. The morning chill down my spine proves that autumn is quite near. Look in retrospect, I try to see what I've done. Summer came and went so fast, feels like I missed the starting gun. Another day was lost, forgetting this is hard to pretend. Another dollar in my pocket, am I happier in the end? Another day was lost, forgetting this is hard to pretend. Another dollar in my pocket, am I happier in the end?
Speaking of, just living your life to the way that you, I don't know, the best that you can. Not only is this a special day for Greg, but it's also my father's birthday. May he rest in peace. And I know my family's probably out there watching. I hope so. And I know they're all pretty proud of Greg. And I know that had my dad met Greg, he'd be pretty proud of him too. So I'm going to dedicate this next song to him. Happy birthday, Terry.
Just going to have one more for the road. Is that all right with you guys? One last one.
Oh, wait. You were supposed to do something. Yeah, you were supposed to do something with your bass and you didn't do it.
What about?
If we pressure him enough, he might do it.
I don't know what you're talking about. Don't know what you're talking about. Let's just play a song. It's all good.
Come on.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
No? Okay. Maybe next time.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're supposed to stand on your bass.
Stand on the bass. Whoa. I asked to be buried in the bass, not to stand on the bass. What are you talking about?
Well, maybe if we're lucky, he'll do it on this last song. We'll see. I win.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Way to put me on the spot, Mara.
I'm good at that.
of music makes the whole world kin. What a journey this life has been. A pinch of luck and a twist of fate. Impeccable time and push me to migrate. Lessons learned, brain cells lost, experience acquired, but at what cost? I've never been one to try and fit the mold. Being unique is worth more than gold. So let's have one more for the road, 'cause it's a long way to the show. And let's have one more for the road. Yeah, yeah. Let's have one more for the road, 'cause it's a long way to the show. Let's have one more for the road. The days of working on the farm, the smell of fresh cut hay has nostalgic charm. Working the fields and milking the cows, incompatible with music, I know that now. When I realized I just got up and left, but every passing year I gain more respect. 'Cause farmers feed cities and work harder than most, so join me as we honor them with a toast. By having one more for the road, 'cause it's a long way to the show. And let's have one more for the road. Yeah, yeah. Let's have one more for the road, 'cause it's a long way to the show. Let's have one more for the road. Try to fix more than I break. I'd rather give instead of take. I see with my eyes, but I speak from the heart. Been singing from the soul right from the start. With earworms attacking me, they just won't stop. Engulfed by the music, a victim of the art. I try to let loose and enjoy every day on this island oasis, just dodging the flames. So let's have one more for the road, 'cause it's a long way to the show. Let's have one more for the road. Yeah, yeah, let's have one more for the road, 'cause it's a long way to the show. Let's have one more for the road. The days of youth fly by oh so swiftly, and troubled skies arrive too soon. Good thing my music is keeping my brain busy, 'cause idle hands are the devil's tools. Idle hands are the devil's tools. Idle hands are the devil's tools. So thanks for coming out, everyone, for watching at home. Thanks for putting me on a spot in the mirror. Legs are killing me now. But
Welcome.
so I just have to say this: the show I'm referring to here, that's tonight. It's been a long time in the making, years. Thousands of hours. Any musician can relate.
Give it up for Greg and his Acoustic Autopsy.
So I'd like to thank everyone who supported me throughout the years. From coast to coast, you guys have been awesome. So stay tuned. I have a lot of music in the tank. Stay safe. And help me close off this song here. I know you know the lyrics by now. Let's have one more for the road, 'cause it's a long way to the show. Let's have one more for the road. Yeah, yeah. Let's have one more for the road, 'cause it's a long way to the show. Let's have one more for the road. Let's have one more for the road, 'cause it's a long way to the show. Let's have one more for the road. Yeah, yeah. Let's have one more for the road, 'cause it's a long way to the show. Let's have one more for the road. Let's have one more for the road, 'cause it's a long way to the show. Let's have one more for the road. Yeah, yeah. Let's have one more for the road. 'Cause it's a long way to the show. Let's have one more for the road. Let's have one more for the road.
I'm so glad he did that.
I wasn't planning on it. So just one last thing I'd like to say about CB Grow. It's a Cowichan Valley Grassroots Orchestra. It's a musical collective we created a few years ago, and it's to support all the local musicians. We use that name to host different jams, just to meet people. And basically this is a template I created to show that we don't need the big shot producer guys. We can do it ourselves. So we're working on a bluegrass album next, and there's plenty of stuff in the vault. So don't be shy to reach out. We're here, we're in the valley, we've been busking. Don't be shy. And let's connect.
And for those who don't know, Greg actually recorded this whole album with a USB mic and a 1/4-inch cable, all hooked up to his MacBook, and he recorded it with GarageBand. So it's like as grassroots as it gets. And if he can do it, how great would it be if we all kind of like all musicians put our heads together and just do it ourselves?
Let's start a musical revolution.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
We can't do it live without you.
Yeah, that's different. Actually, on that note, let's give a round of applause for Tim, sound guy.
Yeah,
You
Dr.
rock.
Ted Cadillac, thank you.
And John for having us.
Yep. And thanks to the Bubble for coming. And thank you all for watching. And congratulations, Greg.
We'll see you guys soon.